Hi everyone, my name is Celadon. I work at the Carrollton Public Library and I'm here with another book buzz. This week we're going to be talking about royal romance. I know romance isn't everybody's genre, but sometimes it's nice to just relax and have a nice, uncomplicated read about royalty. Let's get started. So our first book is American Royals by Katharine McGee. This is a teen book, but I do think that it has great interest for an adult audience. It takes place in an alternate timeline where when the American Revolution was finished, America turned to George Washington and was like, "George Washington, you should be king." And George Washington was like, "Yeah." And thus, the Washington royal line is born. Fast forward to modern day and Princess Beatrice is preparing to become the crowned regent. And her two younger twin siblings, Samantha and Jefferson, are all part of the Washington royal family. And the whole book is about them trying to navigate between being dutiful royals and all of the duties that are required of someone in the royal family and trying to find those romantic, meaningful relationships. I think besides the romance, one of the best parts of this book is the whole alternate timeline and all the lush descriptions of what a hypothetical royal American family would look like and what their lives could be like. If that kind of thing interests you, you should definitely check this book out. Our next book is The Royal We by Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan. So this story follows Rebecca Porter, who is an American and not very romantic. However, she is adventurous and she ends up going to Oxford for her study abroad. When she's there, she meets Nicholas, whom she falls in love with. And it turns out Nicholas is actually Prince Nicholas, heir apparent to the British throne. However, there are complications, the least of which is Lacey, Rebecca's younger sister, who is just a scandal magnet. And everything she does makes all the British papers. This book starts on the night before Rebecca and Nicholas's wedding, but there's a huge crisis happening. And then it flashes back and you kind of meet their relationship. One thing that's really interesting about this book is that it doesn't spend a whole lot of time in that meet cute area about how they met and their first few dates and kind of like that beginning romance. It does talk about that, but most of the book is actually in that they've been dating a year and they're very serious about each other. If you are looking for a book that has paparazzi and scandal and just a lot of gossip, this is the book for you. Last but not least, we have The Royal Runaway by Lindsay Emery. So Princess Theodora Isabella Victoria of House Laurent, the fictional European nation of Dryden, has problems. First and foremost, her fiancé has stood her up on her wedding day at the altar. But whatever, it was 4 months ago, and the subsequent 4 months she has spent in exile avoiding the press, which has just had a field day in her absence. But now she's back and she wants life to go on as normal. However, royal duties are overwhelmingly stuffy and she escapes the palace for a night where she ends up meeting jaw-droppingly gorgeous Nick. And Nick seems like the perfect rebound from her fiancé, her ex-fiancé. And he is, until he starts blackmailing her. And then he's not so great. But he seems to have some weird ulterior motives and he keeps asking about her ex-fiancé. What's up with that? It's really interesting. It's a romance that mixes a mystery and spies and a lot of humor together. So even if you're not like a normal romance fan, this is a really fun book to read. I highly recommend it. Thanks so much for watching. Did you know that our Winter Reading Challenge is still going on? It's free and you can earn yourself a free book and other super cool prizes. All you need to do is sign up at carrolltonlibrary.readsquare.com. I'll see you guys next time.